Alright, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Today, we are going to be watching 1917. That is the name of this film, right? I have been meaning to watch this movie when it first came out in theaters. I wanted to go see it, but stuff had come up, so I never got around to watching it. And then time had just kept progressing, and I never decided to watch it. So I'm kind of glad it worked out that way, because now I get to watch it for you guys, which is pretty damn awesome. I heard a lot of great things about this. I believe this movie was nominated for an Oscar, maybe 2 categories, I'm not sure. But I know it's supposed to be edited together and stitched together like one cohesive one-shot, like just a one take, which obviously we all know isn't possible to do the entire movie that way, but with the help of some good editing, I hope it looks that way. I don't know anything about the story, but clearly since it's 1917, obviously this takes place during World War I, but I don't know what it's about. I don't know who we follow, which side we follow, which characters we follow. I don't know what happens in it. All I know is that it's a war movie, takes place during 1917, and it's supposed to be a one take. That's about all I know about the movie. I think I saw the trailer probably last year. I don't even remember what the trailer said. I just remember one shot on the beach where I think there were perhaps like bombs or missiles being shot at the beach, and the main character was like holding his ears or something. That's about the only scene I remember from the trailer or something. That's all I know about this movie. I don't know anything else. I don't know what happens. So I'm very excited to get into this for you guys. If you haven't seen any of my other stuff, make sure you check my channel. You may enjoy it. Leave a like on the video if you do enjoy it, and also stay tuned to my channel because I have so many more things that I'm going to be watching for you guys. Just as a little bit of a tidbit to tell you, I'm going to open my phone right now just to show you how many movies I have written down to watch, okay? Just for things that I want to. I got The Imitation Game, Taxi Driver, Shawshank Redemption, Forrest Gump, Interstellar, Good Will Hunting, Fight Club, The Shining, Arrival, Scarface, Shutter Island, American Psycho, The Matrix, Seven, and more movies. So many things that I'm going to be reacting to in the future. So if you'd like to see any of those, make sure you stick around. But that's all it is from me. Let's get right into this movie. What? Why are they both asleep? One of them is supposed to be keeping watch. Ah, there's the one keeping watch. Oh, holy shit! He's gotten so much older! That's fucking Tommen from Game of Thrones! Cersei's son! Wow. He's gotten so much older, that's insane. Nice to see him in this. But one thing, now that I'm thinking about it, because they're all going to be one takes, or seemingly one takes, the shots are going to be really long, which means every single person really needs to be on their A game, because if one person messes up and they catch it on film, they have to redo the entire scene. So that's actually like a really something that's really good to commemorate the actors on for keeping it together so well and doing the scenes without messing it up at all. That's really good.
Oh, tastes like old shit. Cheer up. This time next week it'll be chicken dinner.
It's so funny. The bread reminded me of Legolas from Lord of the Rings when he brings out the bread for everyone to eat. I imagine right there was a cut. Yeah, I imagine you're gonna see a lot of that. You're probably gonna see a lot of whips with the camera, people walking across screen, most likely smoke, flashes, turns to the sky, stuff like that, in order to stitch the scenes together. Really, really well done. Nice editing.
It's easier not to go back at all.
Erin Moore is inside, so tidy yourselves up. Never know. Might be mentions in dispatches for
That
this
guy
one.
said it's better to not go home at all.
If you don't bugger it up.
When he said that earlier, kind of makes me think they might not be making it home. Especially considering how badly Blake wants to go home and see his family, be home for Christmas. I have a feeling Blake's going to die by the end of this movie. Or maybe even earlier than that. Which makes me really sad. That's usually what a movie does. Because Blake has been so kind and endearing so far. They try and make you love a guy you know they're gonna tear your heart out by the end of it. Oh shit!
And with your help,
Colin
I'd like
Firth.
to keep it that way.
Nice! A lot of actors I'm recognizing in this movie, that's great. Kingsman crossover until World War One. Nice.
Deliver this to Colonel Mackenzie. It is a direct order to call off tomorrow morning's attack. If you don't,
Shit.
it will be a massacre. We will lose
Eee.
2 battalions. 1,600 men. Your
That's
brother among them.
quite the mission.
You think you can get there in time?
If they don't make there in time, it's gonna be a massacre. Damn. That, oof. Stakes are high. But I love when they do the stakes like this because it's much more personal. You know what I mean? Like, you don't need the end of the world to have high stakes. Like, this is just, it's war. Don't get me wrong, a lot of people are gonna die. But it's like, the stakes are they gotta get there in time or else their fellow soldiers might meet their end, you know? So that's I like that.
Sir, they'll see us.
No need to be concerned. You should meet no resistance.
No need to be concerned, you should meet no resistance. Hands him a gun.
Down to Gehenna or up to the throne. He travels the fastest who travels alone. Wouldn't you say, Lieutenant?
Yes, sir.
That means yes, it is just you two. Shit, man. So then what are... they can't just be privates, right? I know they have a sergeant, but like it's just them two. Like, why such an important mission and send these two guys? I feel like they would have chosen perhaps some guys higher up in the rankings maybe to try and pull this off. I don't know.
We just need to think about it. There's nothing to think about. It's my big brother. We should at least wait until it's dark. Erin Moore said to leave immediately.
But I can understand Blake's point of view, you know? He doesn't want to think about it. He knows the situation is so shit, and if he keeps thinking about it and doubting himself, it's just going to make the situation worse. They just have to fully commit.
This will take us, what, 6 hours? 8 at the very most. So we've got time to wait until the sun sets.
It's enemy
Otherwise
territory.
we'll be
We've got
wide open.
no idea what we're walking into.
Blake, if we're not clever about this, no one will get to your brother.
I will.
Oh boy. I mean, I can really feel for Blake though, you know what I mean? Like his brother,
Now we need to find the Yorks.
that's his family right there. Especially considering they're at war right now, you know. Time is of the essence. You don't want to leave someone you care about in enemy lines for sure. You know, so I can understand him. But I can also understand his other friend, which I'm not sure if we've got his name yet, but I can understand his concern for trying to be a little more cautious. Because it's just the two of them going into enemy lines. That's pretty scary.
Sir? Lieutenant Leslie, sir?
What is it?
We have a message from General Erin Moore.
Are you all relieved?
No, sir.
When the fucking hell are they due?
We don't know, sir, but we've got orders to cross here.
So many good actors in this.
We know, sir.
That's fantastic. I love him.
Withdrawn. There are aerials of the new line that
Shut up! We fought and died over every inch of this fucking place. Now they suddenly give us miles. It's a trap.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense.
Nothing like a scrap of ribbon to cheer up a widow. All right.
Oh, dude, what a line of dialogue right there. That's so... I love how real that is too, to like real life. Like, look at the shit they go through and how horrible war is, and he's like, nothing like a medal to appease the years of trauma and PTSD you're gonna go through, or you're just gonna die, and hopefully your loved ones feel better because you got a medal.
Through this holy unction, may the Lord pardon you your faults and whatever sins thou hast committed.
Oh, that was brilliant. He's my favorite character so far. The tension. The tension they're building right now with the score and the slow camera movements are just so well done. You really feel like you're in their shoes right now. Especially because it's a one-shot, or seemingly one-shot the whole movie. You really feel like you're just following along in their footsteps. It has such a connection with you. It doesn't feel like you're watching a movie. It feels like you're the third member of this mission, you know? Oh, God. That's gotta be a painful way to die right there, man. Ouch! Oh, God. Oh, that's gotta hurt.
Sap trench.
Just imagine how terrifying that is. Just like miles of endless nothingness. Can't see shit. Nothing but puddles, divots, trenches, rats, and dead bodies. Ew. Just put his hand straight into that dude's sternum. Imagine how bad it smells too. Oh my god. Especially because when someone dies, the muscles in their body obviously release, so they shit themselves. And so that's why dead bodies also smell so bad. It's because there's a lot of shit. So on top of the dead bodies and the rats, it's just filled with shit and blood. God, I can't imagine the stench. Oh, what a shot. They show us how the entire, like, that entire divot right there is filled with water. So they walk around, but now the camera is going over the water. Oh, so good.
Fuck me.
There's nobody there.
They really have gone.
There's... I wouldn't put your guard down so fast.
Patch it up. He'll be wanking again in no time.
You'll be wanking again in it. Wrong hand. Love it. Even though they're currently in enemy trenches, still having a little bit of witty banter with each other. That's brother at arms right there. Shit.
They're not long gone.
Yeah, did they use that for signals? Like you light the fire so the smoke goes into the air so you can signal people from far away? Is that what those were for, perhaps? And those coals were still... When they put them over, smoke still came out. They weren't, like, burnt a long time ago. They were charred recently, so they can't be long gone.
Look. This might be a way through.
It might be the only way through, which means that's where they probably set the traps. Nice cut, obviously. Fade to black, so it's easy to jump to another scene. But yeah, so far, we're about 25 minutes into this, maybe almost 30 minutes. It's very, the cuts are really, really good. You can barely notice them, or even guess where they're put. It's fantastic. What are all of these things hanging? Perhaps?
Bloody hell.
So if one thing blows, they all chain reaction, and then the whole thing will collapse? We're about to find out. Dynamite. Yep. Tripwire. You. Oh, yep.
Where is it?
You hit that wire, it's all gonna fall on you. Do not hit the wire. Oh, that was close.
Oh, Jesus.
No, no, no. It. Oh my fuck.
Wake up!
He's dead, he has to be. There's no way he survived that.
Stand up! Stand up! You keep hold of me!
Oh man, Blake coming in clutch, dude. Blake is coming in clutch.
Just jump! I can't see! You need to trust me! Jump!
Oh, Christ. My butt cheeks are clenched right now, dude. I can't believe... How is he not injured, though, dude? He was right on that tripwire. Like, not even a broken leg or anything? I'm astonished at the fact that he managed to almost seemingly walk that off. I mean, don't get me wrong, he was... Couldn't see, he was coughing quite a bit. He's probably got that... He's got all that, like, dust and rubble in his throat.
So much dust in my eyes.
Yeah, dust. But, yeah, he was pretty lucky in that, to be honest. That could have went a lot worse for him.
What? No, you didn't. You never know. That's your problem.
Well, are you gonna blame him for this now? Come on, relax. You got hit by booby traps with a tripwire. Relax.
I didn't know what I was picking you for.
Okay, come on. This is just
I thought
like...
they were going to send us back up the line, or for
This is just misdirected anger right now. He just had a really near-death experience. Let him shoot off at the hip a little bit.
Well, that's your medal sorted then. What do you mean? Lance Corporal Blake showed unusual valor rescuing a comrade from certain death. Well, that'd be nice. Since you lost
Oh
yours-
no, especially when he said that, because then I just thought of the lieutenant talking about the dead soldier, and then his family gets the medal, and he's saying, I reckon you get a medal for what you just did. Oh no, he's gonna die.
I hated going home. I hated it. When I knew I couldn't stay. When I knew I had to leave, and they might never see me.
Yeah, that's difficult, man. I can't imagine that type of pain, you know? You've already seen war. You get to go home to see your family, but you have to go back. It's just the ultimate tease. You just get a little bit of that happiness from seeing your family, and then it gets ripped away right after. Oh no! Oh, that was close. Isn't that a German? Is that a German or a friendly? If it's a German, why are they helping him? Maybe they just don't want him to burn him alive. Might give him a easier, quicker death. That does not look like some clean water. No, your fucking kind heart just got you stabbed in the gut. That is one long, painful death. No. No, 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 no.
We have to stop the bleeding. Stop! Stop it! Stop it!
Shit.
We're going to get up.
Should have just fucking shot him, man. Oh my god, look how pale he is already.
Am I dying? Will you write to my mum for me? I will.
That's gotta be one of the worst things to have to deal with in these, because it probably, because you gotta remember, a lot of these guys that were enlisted, you know, they were just kids. They weren't, you know, some hardened veteran. They were kids that had to go fight this war. And most of them probably died like this, just so scared and probably felt so alone. So far from home, far away from their family. That's so tough to deal with. Oh, if only you got here just a bit quicker. Oh, damn.
Go and fetch his things.
Sir.
Another, what's his name? Fucking, yeah, what's his name? Scottish bloke from Kingsman. That's him, isn't it? I hear his voice. I can't remember his name. Great actor, though. Love him.
Come with me, Corporal. It's an order. We're passing through a coast. We can take you some of the way.
Just give the guy a second, man. Come on, he's grieving over his fallen brother. Come on. You lose a brother in arms. It's like losing an actual brother. Don't even give him a second to grieve. But I know they gotta get a move on, though. But fuck, that is sad.
Probably already know. He doesn't do to dwell on it.
No, sir.
I know it always seems so heartless, you know, a lot of these sergeants and generals and stuff, when they don't allow anybody to, you know, do things in terms of emotionally, like even like, you know, with our guy right here grieving his friend, but it's because they know they can't get attached to them because they know how easy it is for one of them to die. You know, so they try their best not to get attached, because if you get attached to every person you meet in the army, most of them are going to be dead and you're just going to be emotionally destroyed. So it's better to not get attached to any of them. It's brutal is what it is.
Needing it. Good luck, mate.
Good luck, Gov. Good luck. Don't balls it up.
Don't
I
balls
hope
it
you
up.
get there.
I like that guy. I love that dude, the Indian bloke right there. Fantastic.
If you do manage to get to Colonel Mackenzie, make sure there are witnesses.
They're direct orders, sir.
I know. But some men just want the fight.
Oh, shit. Very good advice. Oh, dude, can you imagine? He goes all this way to this colonel and he just shrugs it off, this message, and goes for it anyway? Can you imagine? That'd be unbelievable. How did those guys even get into that type of position, if that's how they act? You just want to sentence 1,600 men to their death? What a shithead. Big guy, keep it moving. You can move closer. Shit! Shit! Shit, 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 shit! Move it. Well done, get that gun ready. Well done. Good shot. I think he hit him. He's gotta just keep giving him himself covering fire so he can make his move. If Blake was still here, he could provide covering fire, but it's just him. He's playing this pretty smart. Although, I don't know about this part. I'd watch out for tripwires, maybe. Or he might just be sitting there with a wound to the stomach with a pistol in his hand. Exactly what I said. A wound in the stomach with a pistol in his hand. But I don't think it hit his head. I think it grazed his helmet. And just the impact of the bullet knocked him down the stairs. I don't think it actually hit him. Luckily for him. Oh my, that's a lot of blood. But I think the blood is from him hitting his head on the stairs, not from being shot with the bullet. Yeah, I imagine it's a pretty nasty hit. He's probably got quite a concussion. I think one part I haven't touched on enough is how good the score is, too. You know? It's done such a good job of enunciating the emotions that it wants you to feel throughout these scenes. The score is really good, honestly. Oh, dude, the lighting of this shot, absolutely gorgeous. And the score swelling up right now, my god. Oh, what a shot, dude. That's beautiful right there. The shot on him, the lighting, the score swelling up. Now interrupted by being shot at by Germans. Dear God. Move it, big guy, move it. God, dude, what a scene. What a scene this is, man. Jesus Christ. Oh my god, dude. Oh, just the illumination from, like, the sun rising? Oh, god. This whole past 3-minute scene has been orgasmic. Who the hell is that down there? Is that friendly, or is that a German? Is he the one that just set that house on fire? Shoot! What are you waiting for? Why are you running? Shoot the guy! What's wrong with you? What are you doing? Oh no. No, that's a civilian.
Friend. I'm a friend.
Please be a friendly. Don't play on these guys' kind's hearts again.
Trees. Croissy.
That was such a beautiful moment right there. Having like the past 10 minutes with him be nothing but just in shambles, hitting his head, being shot at. Such a nice, gentle, kind-hearted moment right here. Just meeting a French civilian, trying to stay safe. That's really nice. Aw, so nice. Thank you, kind-hearted French woman. Oh my god, she has a baby too? Oh, Christ. imagine living where she is right now. How is she even surviving? Like food and stuff? God, this is horrible. God. The baby has to sleep in that dresser as well. In case anybody attacks them, she can easily just push her inside. That's horrifying.
What is her name?
Je ne sais pas.
Who is her mother?
Oh, she just found the child and is taking care of it? God. What a saint this woman is.
Elle ne peut pas manger ça. Elle a besoin de lait.
Ah! It's a good thing you got that cow's milk.
Merci.
A beautiful moment right here, man. It's fantastic.
Elle vous aime. Continuez.
It's even worse too, because he said, it's like when he went back to see his family, he couldn't even stomach going back there. So now he's at war. He gets to have his little family of his own right here for one night. It's really sweet. Please for once let the kindness pay off, I beg you. Just find another person like them that doesn't want to just kill each other, please. Please. What a shot. That guy over there illuminated by the light. Him choking this kid out in the darkness. Fuck. No, don't wanna perhaps kill him too so he doesn't sound the alarm, you moron. What a shot! Following as he jumps off the bridge into the water. Oh, what a shot. Oh, that's beautiful. The petals from the orchard that they passed earlier. Obviously not the same orchard, but I mean the same kind of thing. That's gorgeous. Yeah, that's about right. I too would break down crying at this point. Is he close? I fucking sure hope so at this point. He's been on quite the journey. Who's singing? I love the voice though, and the setting of this. It feels so ethereal. Like he's just been dragged through the depths of hell, and he's now gazing upon the heavens, kind of thing. And it feels so much more enunciated because, like, it's just beautiful nature right here, and it's so calming and peaceful. And where he just came from was covered in darkness and fire and people who wanted to kill him. So I feel like that was kind of the point. It's absolutely beautiful. Truly.
Yeah, we're D Company. We spent the night digging in. We go last. Are you all right?
Come on, hurry up!
Mackenzie. Where's Colonel Mackenzie?
Oh, he's down at the line.
Hurry the fuck up, hurry the fuck up, hurry the fuck up! Move it, move it, move it, move it! Shit. This movie likes to do that a lot. Drop you in these really beautiful, somber moments, and then just throw you right back into the action again. Which I actually think is a really nice enunciation of what war was actually like. You had very few brief moments of respite right before you were thrown back into the shit. I would just get up and run. But then again, there could be enemies looking at them, so perhaps not. Is he walking into, like, no man's land? Shit! Oh my god. We're calling it way too close. It's way too close. Is that the captain?
Where is Colonel Mackenzie? Where is Mackenzie?
Oh, you're fucking waste. Waste of space. This is not the time to cry. We need to get to Colonel Mackenzie. Is he gonna run into the no man's land and then run straight through it so he doesn't have to run through everybody else? No, don't you do that. Don't you do that. No, don't you shake your head yes like you're gonna do it. Don't do it. Oh, he's gonna do it. He's gotta save all your lives, man.
What the hell are you doing, Lance Corporal?
His life for yours.
No, 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 no!
Shit. The balls of steel on this kid. And the score just completely welling up. I feel like I'm watching a hero just run straight through.
What are you doing? Get through! I have to see Colonel Mackenzie! I have to stop this attack!
Colonel, we've seen flares. The men on the left flank have made it to the German.
What's wrong with these guys? He's literally wearing your uniform, you moron.
Sergeant, send the next wave!
No! Second wave! Prepare
Yes!
yourself.
Oh, thank you for muscling through that.
Is not to go ahead! You have been ordered to stop! You
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Heard it all before. I'm not going to wait until dusk or for fog. I'm not calling back my men only to send them out there again tomorrow. Not when we've got the bastards on the run. This is their last stand.
The Germans play.
Come on. There's 5 other men in that room?
Stand them down.
Yeah. Oh, just the wave of relief that just flew through my body. Thank you.
Hope is a dangerous thing.
Yes, it is. Especially in war.
Well done, lad.
Thank you, sir.
Damn, that's just gut-wrenching. We made it all this way. We were so close to saving that first wave. I couldn't do it. I sure hope Lieutenant Blake's not dead, but I don't know yet, man.
He's lost a lot of blood.
Lieutenant Blake?
I recognize that voice too. Richard Madden? Oh my god.
You must know my brother. I was sent here with him. Tom's here. Where is he?
Always telling funny stories. Oh, I'm glad you were with him. Thank you, Will.
That scene almost had me tearing up, man. So emotional. So I guess he does have a wife and a daughter. It's probably what he felt looking at that other lady when he was at the Lacoste place or whatever. And he saw that woman with the child. Probably did nothing but think of his wife and kid. Oh, it's real. Royals rifle. Who told us the stories? Man, that's beautiful. That was fantastic. Just wow. I don't know where to begin. I think, to say the least, it was a much more emotional and heartfelt story than I thought it was going to be. You know? Most war movies may not feel like that. They probably focus more so on the war. But this movie felt like it focused a lot on the human aspect, which I really liked. It focused a lot on, it reminded me a lot of maybe of Hacksaw Ridge, because Hacksaw Ridge is another war movie where I think they really touch on the humanity aspect more so than the brutality of war. You know, like with Blake, he died because of his humanity, because of his kindness, you know? And even with Schofield, so many times over, he was showing his humanity by not wanting to kill the people trying to kill him. Like, both of them really didn't want to have to kill these people, and they tried their best not to. You know, they gave them opportunities. They're asking them, you know, like, please don't say anything, don't scream, don't try and do anything, but they got betrayed at every turn. And I think that's not only so true to how war probably really was like, but I like that they touched on that, because again, like I said it in the reaction too, you know, most of these guys going in, nobody wants to go to war. You know, they weren't going there to kill people. These were, you know, if you were born in this time, this was your other brothers, your fathers, your cousins, your nephews, you know what I mean? Like, these were young guys who didn't want to fight but had no choice. They knew what they had to do, and everyone was signing up. They needed the men, so they signed up. And, you know, just because they signed up for the war, they enlisted, doesn't all of a sudden turn these guys into these cold-blooded killers. They were still young kids, some of them, you know, just regular guys enlisting in the army. You know, they had to do it, sure, but that doesn't turn them into killers. You know, they still keep their humanity. They don't want to kill people, but it's war. From the story aspect, I really enjoyed the story because it wasn't some convoluted, complex thing. It was just, they had one task: deliver this message to this person. That was their task. And we just followed them on their journey. And it was nice because it was just a very intimate human story. We just followed these characters and how they felt dealing with these certain things. You know, that was it. There was no crazy, you know, complex story. There was no interweaving stories. It was just simple and emotional. And sometimes those can be the best. You know, you don't need something so incredibly complex to be good. You just have to be able to tell it well and have to know what you want to do with it. And they knew what they wanted to do with this, and they just wanted to tell an emotional story, and I think they did it beautifully. I think the one shot that they did throughout the entire movie, I think, was absolutely seamless. It was genuinely incredibly impressive, the entire movie. I didn't know how well it was going to go going into this. I didn't know how good it was going to be in terms of the one shot and how they stitched it together, but they did it flawlessly. Genuinely, they were truly, you could barely really know when they were going to stitch the cuts together. You can tell whenever they probably go by certain objects and it completely covers our character, there was most likely a cut. But they tried their best not to use the easy ways. You know, like you've seen a lot of other ones, they'll do really quick pans, right, with the camera and just go from here to here like that really quickly. And they have motion blur there too, so it's just, and they would put a cut in between that turn, and it would be, you could tell that's when it would do it, but they didn't do that at all. You know what I mean? Or going really close to someone so the screen darkens and you can't see anything, and then pulling back again. Like, there's really simple ways of doing these cuts, and they really tried their best to steer away from doing that. You know, they tried to find really not seamless, but like really nice ways of doing it. They didn't want it to feel jarring. They wanted it to keep you invested in the story of the movie, because if you could tell when the cut happened, it would probably take you out. You know, you could be like, oh, that's when it was, and then you would kind of have to regroup yourself and get invested in it again, or like completely encompassed by the story again. But they did a really good job of keeping you in it without making you pull back at all. So I think that's really well done. Another fantastic part is the score. My God. The score was just brilliant. Like, all the parts that they wanted you to feel, that score captured it beautifully. You know, at the beginning when they're first crossing over into no man's land, the tension that it was building was fantastic. Even, I wouldn't say it's part of the score, but I kind of want to keep it in there. When he actually gets to the other battalion, I guess, the Devon's people or whatever, and he gets there and there's that one guy singing, it was just beautiful. Like, they wanted you to feel this moment of relief because you finally got there after all the hell that you've been through. So the music they were playing was like heaven-like, you know? You were just in this beautiful, calming, relaxing nature with the bright sky glooming in, just pure whiteness and bright. And you hear this guy's voice that's almost angelic, and the way it goes through the forest is just beautiful. And that's what they wanted you to feel at that point. They wanted you to feel how our main character Schofield felt. At that point, he was so drained mentally, physically, emotionally. He was so exhausted. And at that current time, he was probably feeling hopeless. And that song right there, you could feel it kind of rejuvenating him. You know what I mean? You could feel that in ourselves too. You could feel that you yourself was getting rejuvenated. You felt the life come back into you. And just like at the end there, how I think, what was his name? Colonel Matthews? I can't remember what his name was. Benedict Cumberbatch's character. But even him, you know, and he's saying is like, hope is a dangerous thing. And I think that's such a good line of dialogue, but also I feel like it's usually a fantastic theme throughout war movies, is because if there's any situation that you were to think would be the most hopeless situation, it's war, right? It's nothing but shit and bullets and bandages, and you see your friends die in front of you, you have to kill people, you yourself are constantly under the threat of death, and it's just, there's no relaxation, there's no levity, there's no nothing. There's no happiness, there's just pure chaos constantly. And if there was any place or any time on Earth, I think that you would probably lose hope, it's most likely war. You know, and especially in these war movies, to get these guys to feel as though they could do this, they had to have hope. So it was a lot of the times the jobs of these generals and stuff, I guess, to try their best to give their battalion hope. Because without it, they would lose the will to fight, usually. And so, you know, at the end there with the music and stuff, it finally starts to make you feel hopeful. Because you're going along the movie with Schofield, and everything is feeling hopeless. There's just Germans at every turn. He's constantly getting shot at. And then he gets into the river, and you're like, when will it ever end for this guy? Like, when will he reach the destination? When will we finally succeed in this mission? Like, we're starting to get hopeless, just like Schofield. And then the ethereal music plays, and then as he's running through the trenches and goes into no man's land to run alongside, the music swells and picks up again, and it's just this like hero's triumph symphony that plays, and it gives you hope that Schofield is actually going to complete the mission. You know what I mean? And it's like just so beautifully done. So beautifully done. I also not touched on it well, but the acting in this movie was also fantastic. A lot of fantastic actors in this movie, and they all played their roles really well. And it was so captivating, especially because there was a lot of these characters that weren't in the movie for very long. You know, like Colin Firth's character, Richard Madden's character, even our Blake, not the older brother Richard Madden, our Blake. He was in it for about half, and then of course he died, but it's like all these other side characters that didn't have much screen time, but they got such good actors to play it because they knew these characters had to carry weight. Even if they were just on the screen for 5 minutes, they were going to be remembered because their characters were pretty pivotal. You know, they had a moment that we, the audience, needed to believe was real. So they couldn't just throw in any old actor in there. They needed to get good people there so you could truly feel what the movie wants you to feel. And I think they smashed it. Absolutely. It was genuinely fantastic. Truly. It truly, truly was. They chose so many fantastic actors to play such small roles because they chose so many big name actors to play these small roles because they wanted you to feel that these guys were truly important, because they was. You know what I mean? Like, they weren't just regular run-of-the-mill privates. These were the generals, the sergeants. Like, these guys are supposed to be the leaders that the other men will follow. So they have to feel important. You got to feel the gravity of them. So they chose such good actors to play them, even though they were in it for such a tiny amount of time. They chose really good actors to do it. So I really like that they did that. And another thing at the end there with Benedict Cumberbatch's character, what I loved the most too, because I remember the other sergeant, I believe. I can't remember who played him. The one from Kingsman, the Scottish guy. He said, you know, when he said, he was like, make sure you have witnesses there because some men just like to fight, you know. But so when we first hear that, we think this guy's gonna be a real hard ass. He doesn't listen, you know, he just wants to fight. He's okay with throwing men to their death. Like, that's what we're thinking when we hear that. But then we meet him. He has a point. From his perspective, he has a point. Because they're always telling them, like he said, he's like, he's like, I've heard it all before. Tell us to stop, pull back, wait for the fog, wait for nighttime, wait for this, wait for that. He's like, I'm not going to give up the ground we have when finally we've got them on the run. You know, it's like, he wasn't just trying to fight for fight's sakes. He's trying to end this war. He has a point. So, like, it wasn't completely about him wanting the fight. You know, it wasn't like he was just disagreeing for disagreement's sake. He had reason for what he thought. So it wasn't nearly as bad as it was made out to seem. So it was kind of, our first impression of him wasn't what he actually was. And I love at the end too, I feel like that part is so accurate, where this corporal does so much work to save everybody's life, and then he just tells him to fuck off. It's so accurate, so accurate. There's no praise, there's no good job little boy kind of thing. It's none of that. It's do your job, now get the fuck out of here. That's what it is in the army. Because it's true though, because you have your mission and that's it. You know, you're not going to the army to be coddled. Because, like, if you think about it, their jobs when they're in the army, like, these are the guys fighting in wars. These are the guys that have your back when it's life and death. People are shooting at you. You know, it's not about, oh, you beat your last push-up record, clap, clap, clap. Like, it's none of that. You don't get the accolades. Nobody gives a shit, because that's not why they're there. There's more pressing and important things at hand right now. So I found that part really funny, but accurate too. So that was fantastic. Another part too with, I think his name, is it Matthews? I think, I'm not sure. Benedict Cumberbatch's character. Another part that I think is a really nice, like, minuscule detail is you could see on his pocket, lapel, I don't know. You could see that he was a decorated officer, right? So he was a veteran of war, not just World War I. Clearly he's fought elsewhere, and he's a prestiged officer. So he knows what war is like. He's been through it before. And clearly he's doing something right. And he knows how it goes. And so I think it's a nice detail, because even like with the hope line, again, how I was saying before, how it's a nice theme in a lot of these war movies, it was the same with him. You know, you could see it on his face. Like when Corporal Schofield first comes in and tells him to call off the attack, he's like in denial at that point, in disbelief. He's like, I'm not calling off the attack. He's like, I've been through this before. They're gonna call it off now just so a week later they can tell me to send the men in anyway. Like, either way, these men are going over and you're gonna send them in no matter what. It happens either way. So what is your point of stopping it now? And to him, he believes that they have a chance to succeed with this, you know? So for him, it was like, for him, his hope was ending this war. It was 1917, which means this war has already been going on for 3 years. And to him, he's thinking, if we just make this one final push, we can end the war. That's his hope. That's the hope he's holding inside to continue fighting this war. His hope is to end it right here and now. And then when he reads the letter, you can watch the hope just dissipate from his body completely. You can see how, like, just defeated he is inside. Because the hope that he was holding on to of defeating the enemy and finishing this war right here, right now, is gone. And finally it sinks in, this war isn't ending here. I'm gonna have to keep fighting for a little while longer. A lot more than he would have wanted, you know? So it wasn't about the fight. It wasn't about sacrificing the men. Like, for him, he was hoping to end the war. Like, you can tell on the inside, he wants to do what needs to be done so everyone can go home, you know? So he's not some selfish guy that you're led to believe he is. He's trying to make the hard call, sure, but it might just end up with more people getting to go home, you know? And it's so, because that I just like that they put that, the medals and stuff there. I like Benedict Cumberbatch played that part to just absolute perfection, of watching him read the letter and it finally sinking in that, you know, this is true, this truly is a trap, and we're not going to get to end the war now. Don't send these men in because you're sending them to their deaths. And you can just watch how sad that makes him, because he was really hoping that he could end the war here and now. But I like that minute detail. I think it's really well done, a nice little touch. Yeah, that's really all I can say about the movie. In all honesty, I don't have much else to say on it, but I loved it, and I thought it was really, really good. So you guys let me know what you thought about the movie. If you have any recommendations or just any thoughts you want to say, leave it down below. Leave a like if you did enjoy it. It really does mean a lot to me. Subscribe if you'd like to see more from me, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.